Well, hello everybody. My name is Scott Mundt, and I am a meteorologist with KELO Television in Sioux Falls. This is a field of weather. Growing up, I always had an interest in the weather. In fact, I remember I would take cups from my mother's cupboard and put them outside anytime it would rain just to see how much rain would collect into that cup. And after a while, we didn't have any cups to drink out of in the cupboard, and I had to go back outside in the rain and collect them all. So my mother wasn't overly excited about that. But I had an interest in weather since I was very, very young. I remember seeing a meteorologist that came to our school, and he talked about his field, and that really sparked my interest in weather. I always look forward to the first snowfalls of the season, the first thunderstorms of the season, and I took this interest with me through high school. I studied a lot of math and science. It's something that you need in this type of work. And after high school, I went on to Iowa State University and I studied meteorology. And you could probably find at least one school per state that will offer meteorology as a study course in college. After I graduated, my first job was in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, in north central Wisconsin. It was very interesting there. That was an area that I used to vacation at when I was a kid. And what made it interesting, it's real close to Lake Superior. I shouldn't say real close, but just on the fringe of getting lake effect snows. When colder waters come, or colder air comes over the warmer waters of the lake, it's able to pick up that moisture and displace it inland. And we're just on the very fringe of the lake effect snows there. And I think my first winter I was there for the season, we had close to 100 inches of snowfall. Something that I wasn't quite used to coming out of northern Illinois where I grew up. But anyway, I was there for just a little over a year, and then I went to Sioux Falls. Job opened in Sioux Falls, and I've been in Sioux Falls since January '98, and I've been loving it. It's something I've always wanted to do as a kid, and the thing about my job is I get to, well, broadcast myself and inform people as to what the weather will be, and it helps people plan for their day and for the many days ahead. Am I always right? No, I'm not, and I know that too. I spend my time looking at the current conditions because I really feel like you need to know the current conditions before you can get an idea of the forecast. And to do that, I look at different computer models for forecasting itself. And even on my days off, I'm always paying attention to what the weather is doing, whether it's a sunny day, how warm did we get, or how cold did we get overnight, because that is something that will help me when I come back to work after my days off as to what to do with the forecast, because you need to know the present before you can predict the future. And that's what I believe in my field. I also put together forecasts not only for television, but for radio. Periods of light snow will continue for Sioux Falls today. We'll have a high temperature near 35, east winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Winter weather advisory expected to continue as we go through the afternoon. A slushy accumulation of 1 to 2 inches will be possible. Snow will come to an end tonight as we fall to 27. We're in KELO Live Doppler Storm Center. I'm Scott Mundt. Also put together internet forecasts for our website, and they're usually just a quick write-up as to what you can expect, what we're looking at behind the scenes, more or less, as to what you can expect with your weather. This is a job that has different hours to it. We will have very early mornings. When I do work the early morning shift, I usually get up around 2:30 in the morning, depending on what the weather is doing. But again, you have to think that I'll be done sometime in the late morning, and I'm able to go home and enjoy the rest of the day, as long as I'm not too tired. When I work the evening shift, I have to be in around 2:30 in the afternoon. And then I stay till at least 10:30, unless there are storms going on, and then I do have to stick around and cover the severe weather if it is severe, and stay as long as that weather dictates. So if the weather continues to go on past the midnight hour, I have to stay here and update things, maybe on air or even online. Something that I was interested in as a young child, and I held on to that going through my education, through the rest of grade school, eventually in the high school, and then college. And I was able to graduate with a meteorology degree, and I took that with me, and I got into the broadcast sector. And there are other sectors to do too. You can do a private sector, you can do government, you can do research, you can do teaching. Storm chasing is usually a big one, especially for the young kids if you're very interested in tornadoes, storm structure, things like that. But I wanted to show people what I do, and that's why I got into the broadcasting field, because I was able to do that, or get into that field and show people what I do instead of being in an office the whole time. I think the bottom line is I was able to find a career that I've always had an interest in and I've always enjoyed. And if you're able to do that, great for you. And try to find something, as you are young, try to find something you're interested in, do some research on it. Maybe you can make a career out of that too. And just like me, you won't have to work a day in your life.